Hello, Digital Wonderland. Everybody out there, big hello to you. Lots of changes happening, and I am here to help make some of those changes a little bit easier. This is not financial advice. If this were financial advice, I wouldn't be making a video. I'd be sitting on some island drinking a Mai Tai, throwing sands at crabs. But no, this is a mini documentary of actual mistakes of my friends that they've made. Those silly geese. Anyway, recommendation number one. You need to be sober, alert, and attentive. So if you're a newbie, put down that doobie. Be of sound mind when performing any and all crypto transactions. This is the time to be focused on the task at hand. Ladies and gentlemen of all flavors, and to those with a beverage in hand, a special brownie, or perhaps those with your destructive electronics on full blast, I urge you to turn them down or off while conducting business with cryptos. I urge you in the name of mental clarity to turn it off, or at minimum, turn the volume down, as this is the time of financial reckoning. The time you realize a little keystroke, and you can lose all your digital assets to the cryptosphere of what the hell just happened land. Crypto is your purchase asset, less a lot of fees. For such a decentralized space, the fees make bankers blush. The space has been and can be downright ruthless and unforgiving to the computer or crypto beginner, like my friends are. I've learned a lot from my friends' mistakes, but a good resource in prevention of ignorance is self-education. And you can look at YouTube or any other videos and educate yourself on different processes, literally from start to finish. This video is going to hopefully help you where to look and how and what to do, because it is, and let me repeat this, it is extremely easy to make a mistake and lose it all, not find it. And if you're a computer doofus like myself, you're gonna have to have somebody else help you, because I go on the internet by enter : pound backspace. That's my surfing capabilities. But anyway, yeah, you're gonna need to really buckle down and be wise. Write things down, be attentive, educate yourself, then start the process. I wouldn't start the process and then start educating yourself. At that point, it's too late. You're gonna be stuck. So anyway, that is a recommendation. At this point in the video, you're asking, or you may be asking, why is this important? Why the fascinating background story of this amazing intellectual object of computerized joy? The fact that I'm part Irish and nobody cares. Well, actually, I've taken a lot from the YouTube community. Fixed cars, fixed my house, started my business, got into crypto, and I want to give back. It's as simple as that. I just want to give back. I used to have a owner of a business that I work for tell me, your success in life is a direct result of your knowledge, skills, and abilities, and I truly believe that, along with some other philosophy of think win-win. Those two things are just phenomenal as far as propelling me into the future. But yeah, it's just an issue of wanting to give back, so you can avoid making the same mistakes I did, which means you can invest more in crypto, which means the prices just go up. So there might be a little bit of self-interest in here, but just a tiny bit. There's $1 trillion market cap. My little voice will make not much of a difference, but I'm willing to help if I can, because I've made some costly mistakes. Recommendation number 2. Once you start the process, okay, so we've, if you're a newbie, put down the doobie. We have established that no drinks, no drugs, no fun of any sort, really. It's gonna distract you. So you want to educate yourself on the asset that you want to purchase. And so do research. Maybe you like the utility of it. Maybe all your friends are in it, or maybe you're just hearing it on the radio and YouTube and you just want to pounce in there and get a little piece of the action. That's great. How do you do that? I don't know. I'm just going to tell you to go search other people's videos that are a lot smarter than me and get on that journey. Have some pen and paper down, write everything down, get a plan of attack, what currency you have to buy, or I'm sorry, what crypto you have to buy with what currency, you know, if it's going to be debit, bank transfer, exchanging cryptos, however you're going to do it. Make a plan of attack. You could either buy that crypto direct, you may have to buy another crypto and then swap it on an exchange and then put it in a wallet. They might not even be listed on the exchanges. You would have to put in a code from the website. You know, there's so many options I can't even explain it. You will have to educate yourself on the process start to finish, and that's what I'm recommending. There's all kinds of different strategies. There's day trading, long-term holding. I'm personally a long-term holder because I don't, you know, I'm not the smartest dude. So I did my research. I purchased things that I thought had utility in a future, and I just bought them when they were cheap, and I'm gonna sit on them till hopefully the world finds out about how effective they are or not. So there's long-term holding. You know, the obvious thing is buy low, sell high. You know, and that's not investment advice. It just makes sense to me. I wouldn't want to buy a car at full price and then sell it right after I drove it off the lot for $5,000 less. That makes no sense. But I would like to buy a used car and then fix it up for free and sell it and make all that money, or just sit on it for a long-term investment, like an old classic car. It's kind of like the same mentality I have. It's instead of a car, I'm invested in a crypto that I think will be worth more in the future. So that is my recommendation number 2. Make a plan, research it. If you have friends, talk to them on the processes. Maybe have somebody with you. Keep in mind though that the information is extremely, what's a good word? You just don't want anybody to know. It's if they have the access to that information, they could take all your assets. So it's fragile. It's important. It's something you want to keep secret and hidden. It's absolute critical that you hide this information, keep it safe, literally in a safe. You can etch it on metal. Anything that you can keep this information, because if that paper gets wet and those words are gone, or that phrase is gone, or that keyword's gone, it's gone. If your house catches on fire and that paper burns, it's gone. You know, so metal doesn't melt typically in just regular fires, so maybe metal in a safe would stick around if you were to engrave aluminum plates or punch, you know, letters into steel. But treat that stuff like gold, because it's probably worth more than gold. And that is recommendation number 2. Okay, if you're a newbie, put down the doobie. Write it all down. Ask questions, do your research. The third recommendation here. With cryptos, you are the customer service, the bank, the IT department, the bank accountant, your accountant, tech support. You're it all. So if something goes wrong, just put a mirror right here and then look at it and tell that person, you messed up, bad person. Because you're screwed. No, seriously, you're screwed. But this is what you can do. You can locate somebody that's far smarter than you with computers, and maybe they can do something about it. I am not very good at computers, so literally it takes me several days to learn how to buy an asset and get it down and figure it out. I used to do it quickly in the beginning. Oh, it's a penny, I'm gonna hop on it. And next thing you know, I made mistakes, it's gone. Or the fees I paid were huge and I got little asset to show for it. But yeah, you are pretty much on your own. And so this is why we're gonna go back to writing everything down. Okay, so you write the web address, you write the passwords you use, the emails you used, the phrases. You can take pictures, you can print them out on paper, you know, but truly just know that it is so valuable, this information. And if it's lost or destroyed, or you just forget to write it down, like myself, like I created a wallet, and it was through an exchange getting free coin. You know, I watched some videos and stuff, created a wallet. And at the time, it didn't ask for, you know, the 12-word phrase or the seed words or the, you know, any kind of passwords to get in. But when I closed it, we were getting hacked by some people from Books That Are Quick, you know, accounting, if you know what I mean. We're getting hacked by their employees. So I shut everything down in haste because they were on our computer and I was concerned. And in that haste, when that little window popped up right there and it said, "Caution, don't close this. You're going to lose it all unless you have your 12-word phrase. Kiss it bye-bye." And I clicked, "Later, dude. I don't need my money ever." And it's gone. And it's gone. It's like that. It's literally the speed of light and it's gone. There's nothing you can do. So, you know, that's why I really am encouraging you to deal with cryptos in a mind, in a frame of mind that's sober and collected, and you're confident and aware. Because if not, you're going to make a mistake and you're going to have no idea what happened. You'll be figuring out later, oh, I scrolled up and I hit my contact list and I sent it to a dude in my email on accident. You know, true story. So just go slow. Write it all down. Make that plan. Write all the information that you used, the passwords. There could be temporary passwords. You know, you can have an older digital camera that you could take photos of the screen. You could write it down. But, you know, the secret phrases could be 60 letters, 100 letters or more. There's lines and lines of letters and numbers. And if you miss one, bye-bye, it's gone. So, you know, if you are going to write the information down, make sure that you write it down triple and quadruple check, because one letter and you're sending it to somewhere else in the cryptosphere, and you'll more than likely never see it again. So recommendation number 3, write everything down. So you put down the newbies, the no doobies. You got a plan of what asset you want to buy, where to go buy it. Now you're installing that plan, you're using that plan, but now you have to write everything down that you're doing so you know what website you went to and you're not going to some nefarious website. You know what passwords you're using, you know what emails you use. Because if you shut one down or you don't have access to that email, you could lose it all, or it could be a huge pain to get it all back. So just keep that in mind. You are on your own. So take it slow, do the right things right, begin with the end in mind, and plan it out. If you fail to plan to fail. So that is my 3rd recommendation. So you put down the doobie, you have made a plan, you research what asset you want to buy and what exchanges you need to buy it on. You have you understand the importance of writing everything down, because you are everything to your self. You are the customer, the bank, the IT department, everything. And then the 4th recommendation is, okay, so you made a plan to buy that asset. Now you have written everything down in the process of attaining that asset. Now, what do you do when you have it? Do you just leave it there, or do you send it somewhere? Like, how do you do that? And there's several ways, but on pretty much every asset, at least supported asset by a network, it's going to have a send and receive. So, you know, from, if you want to send, Bitcoin from A to B, you would send it from A, so send from A, and then on the B side, you would hit receive, and you'd get the receive information. And then it's like sending an address almost, and the numbers and stuff are the house address. And if you list the wrong address, it's going to go to the wrong home. And hopefully somebody's honest enough and would return it. But how would they know where to return it from? So and this is kind of where it starts to get confusing too, because you can leave it on the exchanges direct. They have better security. In the past, they've been compromised, and I believe still are, but so are wallets. Paper wallets, what you write down, they could be compromised. You could lost them, get damaged. Digital wallets, they could fail, batteries die, drop, get damaged. There's potential for mistakes in any use of any technology. Even your pencil lead can break, or your eraser can fall off, and you don't have the ability to erase. So just be prepared. And so the ways of storing it long term, of course, I'm recommending that you hold your assets. If you allow your 12-word phrase or your secret phrase or your passwords, if you allow other people to hold those, it's like handing over your wallet that's filled with cash. It's you better trust them to handle your money, because that's what it is. It's wealth. It's future wealth, and then more likely, at least for the time being, it's going to increase in value. So it will even be more important in the future. So I can't stress enough, sound mind, plan what assets you want to buy, get a plan for how you're going to buy it, write everything down. And this is kind of what recommendation number 4 is make all your purchases beforehand. Get your debit card deposited, put money on an account, on an exchange, so you can buy the crypto process easy. So you're not just getting money out and trying to put it on an exchange and figure that out and wait to see what happens and then go from that point. You should know what steps from planning and researching other people's information or videos. You should have a good idea of that process of what to do. And my recommendation for number 4 is being prepared beforehand in the actual process of purchasing cryptos. So your money's ready to go. You have enough time. Honestly, it could take an hour. It could take 4 hours. It could take half of a day. Sometimes it'll take all day, and the network's slow, and the process isn't working, and sometimes it just kicks back, and you've waited forever, and then you open it back up, and it says, this information isn't valued or invalid or wrong address. So it in my experience, but I'm a dippy-do as far as computers too, and hence this video. If you're clueless about computers and crypto, take it from me, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Moron in computers, you can do it. I believe in you. Seriously, I don't like sitting and staring at a box with images and slapping away on a keyboard. There's so many other exciting, wonderful things in life to do than just do that. It drives me crazy. It makes me depressed, all that crap. So I'm just not a computer fan. I don't know if you can see, but my hands, I'm a working guy, and I use my body more than my brain. And since I'm wearing out my body, now I'm trying to use more of my brain. So I'm trying to catch up a little bit here. And I wish I would have started earlier. I would have been way better off. So just know this, everybody. Here's some advice for you. Our organic machines, we wear out. So have the tools do most of the work for you, so they can wear out the tools. Don't wear you out. I'm almost 50 now, and I'm having a hard time just walking and using my hands and elbows because I'm so destroyed. So, I love the work I do. It's physical. It keeps me in good shape. But now it's to the point where I still want to enjoy my life. I don't want to be crippled. I don't want to self-disable myself, and that's the direction I'm going. So that's kind of the reason why I've invested in cryptos, is to supplement my income and have future long-term wealth options. And anyway, so step 4 is pre-funding everything, having your money ready to go, and allotting a large amount of time in an area where your power is consistent, you have consistent Wi-Fi. You don't want to have all these things going out on you all the time, because you may have to start the process over, or if it's in the middle of the process, it could just be gone. There's just so many options of ways for things to go wrong. They far outweigh the number of ways that things can go right. So it's just more, fail to plan, plan to fail kind of a thing. But you need to have that money ready to go, so you can just start the process, because even funding your bank account could take a day. You'll have to send your card, credit card, bank transfer, passport photo, driver's license photo, all that stuff gets approved. It's a bounce back issue. Literally, it could take 5 minutes, 5 hours, or 5 days. You just don't know. So, it truly is a long-term educational process, and I just can't stress enough of taking your time, allotting a certain amount of time to do it right, because it really will pay off. And that's recommendation number 4. Here is recommendation 5. So the newbies put down the doobies. You've written down all the stuff. You've made a plan with your financial institutions. You got your money ready. You've got ways to protect it long term. You're leaving it on the exchanges, sending it to digital wallet, hard wallet, paper wallet, staking it. Lots of things that you can educate yourself on that surely I am not wise enough to do so yet. So recommendation number 5. Now you have the cryptos. Well, you should have the cryptos after all that. Wow, what a long journey, right? So you have the cryptos. What do you do with them? Do you have to feed and water them? Change their diapers? Make sacrifices to the Milliwatt Antifa group? No, you just you don't do anything with it. It's like the ultimate fiat. It's invisible. It's nothing. It just sits there. You have numbers on a computer that tell you how much wealth you are gaining or losing. But yeah, it's not like a dollar. It's something that you can physically hold. It's, in my opinion, it's the ultimate fiat. It's almost free to create. It's trackable, traceable. You can turn it off if you're a bad citizen. So many advantages to a narcissistic banker that dollars just can't provide. They can't turn them off. They're anonymous. You don't know how many one person's holding or the other, but cryptos, I've kind of educated myself in the way that all tech comes down from the military, and the people that push the military out that push the tech from the military are more marketers than actual, inventors and creators of these products. But yeah, so lots of options there. You can trade, you can hold them, send them to exchanges, other exchanges. You can swap them, put them on a wallet, set it and forget it. You're really gonna have to educate yourself on what your long-term or short-term goals are. But just know that there's bad people out there, and they prey on the weak and the ignorant. So you got to strengthen your mind up by education. And number 1 rule for being preyed upon: if it sounds too good to be true, it is. It's money. They're not. Would you send your cash? Hey, send me $20 cash, and I'll send you $50 cash back. Like, wait, what incentive is that? So it works with cryptos too. If it's too good to be true, it's not true. It's a scam. So I would err on the side of everything's a scam, because there's just a lot of bad people out there all over the world that are sitting in front of their computers, literally throwing a fishing pole out to us fools that don't know which bait to take or not. And next thing you know, we're getting reeled in. So be aware that there are nefarious groups, people, organizations, and they are out there actively searching for your information on your computer, on your smartphone, through your Wi-Fi network. It's unlimited. These guys are insanely intelligent and creative in their nefarious criminal ways, and in order for us to protect ourselves, we just have to try and be smarter than them, and that takes education, right? And so that is my recommendation number 5. Now that you have your cryptos, figure out how or what you want to do with them, where you want to store them, how you want to store them, what your investing goals are, long-term, short-term, all that stuff. So that is my recommendation number 5. All right, so we've gone over a couple of things that I hope will help you on your path to not being a doofus like myself. I have learned the hard way and the expensive way. None of my friends are really into crypto, none of my family. I've been kind of on this journey alone, and I've had to make quite a few mistakes. I've made more mistakes than successes in this journey, and some have cost me dearly. And you just gotta move on. You can't just really sit there and, it's just money. You just get more of it. You just gotta have that mentality of abundance. And I made mistakes, and I just got more. I went out and worked harder and made some more, and compensated for the losses, and turned a few into some really tremendous successes, actually, by not having that attitude of poo-poo, oh me. I just went out and attacked it, and did the right things right. But I had a better idea of having a plan too. So, learn from your mistakes. But just know that it's a big, crazy, wide world. There's many digital assets, many different ways of accumulating them. There's bad actors, good actors out there wanting your money, wanting your assets, and you're just gonna have to be that little fish swimming through this pond of sharks to reach your goals. And I think that's what makes this space so interesting right now. Is it's just not out there for everybody. If those things that are appreciated, you got to go out and kind of get. You got to work for, and once you do that, you feel accomplished and you feel a little more rewarded for that. So and I can tell you, had I not invested the few thousands that I worked for and sold stuff for, I would not have the the smile on my face now of seeing that stuff grow 30 times. The profitability is potentially enormous, and we'll see how the future works out with taxes and those kinds of things. Just keep in mind, banks and governments have a tendency to win. And in our pushing cryptos into the future, which can be an amazing technology if used by good people, and it can be an extremely evil technology if used by evil. I hope there's a balance out there. Unfortunately, it seems bankers and the corrupt elect have a little bit of an edge on us law abiders. So we have to swim a little harder against that current they somehow just produce magically for us. But the strong survive. So get out there, make a plan, do it in sound mind, write everything down, talk to people, and just educate yourself. Your success in life is a direct result of your knowledge, skills, and abilities. And so there's no reason to sit around and do nothing when you have literally the entire world access at your fingertips through the internet and YouTube and other sources of information. And I just highly encourage you to do that, because I really think you'd be missing out if you didn't. Again, this is not investment advice. I can't advise anybody on any investment, because boy, I'll tell you, I couldn't do that to you. But I sure would love to help prevent some mistakes that I have made, even several times in a row. My friends have made, those guys. But anyway, I hope this helps. And if you have any questions, shoot me a message. I'll try and answer them. Like I said, I'm not the smartest guy in the class, but I work really hard, and I set goals and I accomplish them. And that's why I feel that you can do that too. So good luck out there, guys. Take care.